I hired out in April of 1977 as a brakeman. Worked a couple of years on the ground. Got tired of being rained on. All the engineer was up in the cab, high and dry, drinking coffee. And I got my conductor's tag. And shortly thereafter, I went into engine service and became a San Joaquin engineer, which was the division that used to drive trains back and forth here through the Santa Clarita and Saugus and Soledad Canyon from LA to Bakersfield. I worked at LA to Bakersfield Pool, and I worked the coast between Taylor Yard and San Luis Obispo, and did that for 35 years, retired in 2012. Originally, this was owned by a coast engineer by the name of Jay Bell, and Jay unfortunately passed away at an early age, and he was getting rid of most of his collection, and a guy that used to work for SP as a bridge tender up in the Bay Area somehow was able to get a hold of this. And about 8 years later, he posts this thing on eBay, and I contacted him and told him I was interested in it because I collect railroad antiques. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, he says, to save yourself some shipping costs, he said, I got to come down to Southern California in about 2 weeks. Why don't I just bring it down with me? I go, that's fine. So anyway, he brought it down, and I've had it ever since, probably about 10 or 12 years now. 2461, that's the number of the engine supposedly I was told that it came from. I have no proof of that, but I like to think of it as being true. You know, it gives it a little bit more of a history, especially since I have an original Baldwin ad from 1922 that shows that particular engine.
Well, it was probably made for the locomotive, and the locomotive was delivered in the early 1920s. Southern Pacific manufactured their own steam whistles at their Sacramento shops. That was their main shops. They could build anything there, from freight cars, cabooses, to locomotives. They made their own tools. They were self-contained.